Welcome to another Every Woman Wednesday, where we're talking about living and letting go. Because sometimes we hold grudges and we just can't let go of the things that we should. Like that one pair of drawers that's real comfortable with a couple holes in it that's in the back of your drawer. That sad tooth that's rotting in the back of your mouth. That one dude that's throwing your pH balance off. The biscuits. That one wig, it's matted, okay? Is my ponytail matted? They're gonna be like, bitch, you got your nerve. But we're gonna talk about it, and we definitely have a special guest that's on the show today, Miss Cortney Kane Sides, psychic medium and spiritual advisor. This is Every Woman.
Queens over here, and make no mistake in big things over here. Goddess in the flesh, you can tell by the smell of it. Every time I step in the room, it's an elephant. Woman.
Welcome to Every Woman, where it's Wednesday, and every Wednesday you here watching Every Woman with us. Thank y'all for tuning in. We got a super dope show ahead of us. Are y'all excited for today?
I am very excited.
Yes.
Very excited.
All right, so starting off, we got our question of the day.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Question. Multi-million-dollar pushover
or $80,000 stand-up guy. Oh my God, that is so hard.
I would pick the 80,000 stand-up guy.
Dog, there's $80,000 stand-up guy.
No, I need the stand-up guy because you gonna have to. I'm aggressive.
My first instinct is saying multi-million-dollar pushover. I think it's nice when a guy has a lot and then he just says, do whatever you want with it.
The pushover guy is not going to fulfill me and make me a better person in any way. He's just gonna throw money at me.
Is that bad?
I don't need you to be a pushover.
$80,000 stand-up guy? This annually?
Damn.
Come on with some fire for my ass.
But when you say stand-up guy, you mean like he's just like, he's a man, you can't. Ugh.
If I can just walk all over you, I want you.
We can get more money.
Dang, I like that too.
Or you will be the mat. I will walk all over your ass.
Give me the $80,000 stand-up.
I need you to be 100. I need you to come at me sometimes when I'm not right.
I mean, having a guy that's a pushover is fun for a moment, but long term, it's kind of sad, really.
We can build on that.
If I can just walk all over you, I want you.
Okay, I changed my mind.
Good enough?
Okay, I'll go with my 80,000. 80,000 is not terrible. And then we can build together.
I saw a video, and you know, you're scrolling through social media. It was a reel, a TikTok, something. Mm-hmm. And the guy asked the question, he was like, would you rather date, or would you rather take the married man who tells you yes all of the time, or your man who tells you no 40% of the time? And there were about 10 women in the video that he asked the question to. Mm-hmm. Out of the 10, one woman said she would take the 40%.
Wow.
One.
Wow.
And then he asked her why, and she was like, well, because I need to be told no sometimes.
Exactly.
That was my same thought process. Like sometimes I need to be told like, no, that's not a good idea. Or no, maybe you shouldn't do that.
Maybe
like,
you shouldn't. Yeah.
Toy, don't eat the cheesecake. Like,
exactly.
Something, you know? No, baby,
Right.
eat the cheesecake. It's okay, you busting out your jeans. I'll buy you some new
Go
ones. No.
get that banana, baby. Go ahead and get that banana.
No, I'm with that. I need somebody to tell me no, because if you tell me yes all the time, I'm going to walk over you, which means that I'm not going to respect you the way that I should.
Exactly.
I agree.
Well, the way.
And I feel like that's a lot of those women in that video were like that. They was like, "No, give me the married man, cause you, why you gonna tell me no? You need to tell me no all the. I mean, you need to tell me yes all the time." And I was just looking like, wow.
That also sounds toxic. And you don't want to be accountable for your shit.
Why do you think that women tend to choose the lesser option like that anyway?
Is
like,
it a self-worth
Could be.
type of deal?
Or they're just like, they're seeing that, oh, he just gonna tell me yes. He just gonna tell me yes. He's gonna tell me yes. Because maybe that's how they were brought up or something like that.
Or
Like
they were missing something when they were brought up.
exactly.
Yeah.
I just
Raised
don't.
differently.
I'm like, no.
Yeah, see the city girls and the hot girl summers, the act bad like lifestyle. I feel like it's just all taken over, and I feel like that a lot of people are tending to make decisions that don't make too much sense. You
Yeah,
gotta make
but
it make sense with me, y'all. Agree?
Neither one
I
of those
agree.
scenarios.
Speaking of making sense, we're gonna start off with our
Peak
from last week. Las Vegas police had a body cam sighting of a UFO on their I just said it, body cam.
I have butterflies, bro. Everyone saw a shooting star. Then these people say there's aliens in their backyard.
After calls from a 911 operator were made saying that a resident in that area had sighted an alien in their backyard.
Because I'm not going to BS you guys. One of my partners said they saw something fall out of the sky too, so that's why I'm kind of curious. Did you see anything land in your backyard? Or?
And we just see in a corner eye something fall down from the sky, and it was with light. And when it hit down, it was like a big impact, and we felt it. Equipment, and we see, and there's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and it's looking at us.
If those 9-foot beings come back, don't call us, all right? Deal with it yourself. I ain't dealing with that.
Stop acting like
Wait,
I didn't know
what?
that these aliens was already here already.
Exactly.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
And this is the sensitive thing I didn't refer to, and I have to be very careful. Once the Pentagon confirmed the Tic Tac footage and this UFO footage, very quickly there were people in the Congress, so they were able to confirm what we were saying, that there were both extraterrestrial and man-made UFOs. The bigger secret are the man-made secret technologies that would get us off the environment. With those kind of technologies that are really creating an existential threat to all life on Earth.
There's definitely some pot stirring going on about, extraterrestrials, UFOs,
Lord.
and
I mean, it's just a meat suit. They've been walking around here for a while. It's a meat suit. It is. It's a meat suit. Stop it.
it is definitely a meat suit. Well, I don't know. But I'm gonna keep my antennas watching, The antennas is up looking for the other antennas, okay? So we gonna make our way to Detroit, okay? There was a lady who was in a Detroit beauty supply and she got caught on camera stealing a wig. She was quick with it.
I saw that.
Let me see. Whoa, what the hell? Oh my God, no way. Oh man, brother got the butterscotch cotton tie. Fucking heavy as hell. I know they heavy, brother. You got the 3-inch. Ooh.
She put it right under her
Girl,
bonnet,
what?
too. So how she got caught is that she had posted on the social media post.
You
Okay?
snitchy McSnitched on your own
On her own
self.
self, okay?
For 5-finger lift.
And last for our peek of last week, the rumors are rumoring, okay? It said that Khalees and Bill Murray
I
are
saw that.
dating.
I saw that.
She got her a zaddy, okay?
What y'all think
Okay.
She got Khalees is known for the famous song, My Milkshake Brings All the Boys to the Yard.
That's not a boy.
She
No,
got
no.
Metamucil on
He
her
a
milkshake,
granddaddy.
okay?
That's a
It's
granddad.
an Alka-Seltzer,
Yes.
That is
So-
a granddad.
calamine lotion.
Calamine.
Calamine.
Because it's a little itchy.
So
His
when-
skin a little dry.
When Khalees was asked about the alleged rumors, she was very lighthearted about it. She basically gave zero comments about it. And it said that Bill Murray had been spotted at several of Khalees's concerts
He
and
wanted that
performances.
milkshake, baby.
Right.
now,
Shake it up.
Strawberry.
That's chocolate.
Chocolate.
Mocha.
So, I'm all about being happy where you're going to be happy with, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Khalees and Bill Murray's alleged relationship. And that's your peek from last week. All right, ladies. So, you know what? Today, this show is all about letting go and moving on, right?
Okay.
So, I got a game for y'all. It's called Grudge or Budge. Because sometimes we tend to hold on to things that we don't necessarily need to hold on to.
This is true.
And we may not know when to let go, all right? So, we're going to figure out if you're going to grudge on it or you're going to budge on it. Y'all ready?
All right, let's go.
Grudge match. You have an identical twin sister and you're dating a guy for 3 months. Your sister pretends like she's you and has sex with your new guy who swears he didn't know. He even says that the two of you have identical sex game. He sincerely apologizes. Grudge or budge?
I ain't gonna hold a grudge, but you can get the hell on.
Yeah, I might still hold a grudge though, because you should know me. There's some differences now. No.
I mean, depends
player.
on how you and your sister been getting along and getting down for a while. That's your twin. That's identical, right? Is
Don't
identical?
Don't matter.
I might fight my sister off that.
I'm
Because,
not
like,
fighting
what
no-
are you
I'm not fighting
doing?
no guy.
You not?
Okay, I ain't fighting
No,
my
I'm
sister.
not fighting over no guy. Sister,
Ain't no fun
nah.
if the homie can't have none.
Nah, that sister, I look at it like...
I thought...
Let the grudge go with him, but he out.
You ain't gonna beat her up a little bit?
No, that's my sister.
That's why I ain't got sisters.
For what?
I'm gonna beat my sister up a little bit.
A little bit?
Just a little bit.
Okay.
You're a singer and you're in the car. Another driver approaches your car fast. You can see that they're singing and dancing in the car and not paying attention. They crash into your BMW. You get out of your wrecked car super mad, then approach their car only to hear your new single blasting from their speakers. They freak out because they are one of your biggest fans and explains that the song gets them going for the day, and they listen to it every morning and apologizes. Grudge or budge?
I'm a budge. It's a car. It can be fixed. I'm good. They playing my music. You know what up? Yeah, I ain't gonna hold no grudge.
Man, fuck you. Your car. Yeah. No, you getting this smoke.
It's no grudge for me, but I'm gonna get your insurance information.
Oh yeah, you paying for these repairs.
I ain't gonna beat you up or nothing.
You paying for these repairs. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
we
The car
gonna-
going in the shop, I'm gonna get a rental. We gonna be all right and roll on. But no.
Yeah, no grudge. Like your brother has a gambling problem and they stole your ATM card. Wow. They lied about it and saw that $2,000 was gone from your account. Well, you saw that $2,000 was gone from your account. 4 days later, they give you $200,000 out of the $1 million they won and show you an appointment for them to go to a gamblers
Gambling
addiction
Anonymous,
group. Yeah. So grudge or budge?
Ooh,
That's tricky.
that's a little tough. At first, I'ma have a grudge.
Yeah.
Till he show up with that 200,000. Then I'm like, hey, I still might be a little mad because why you had to steal the money? All you have to do is ask. I might have said no.
Yeah. That's
But
why I ain't asked you.
ask. Like, you ain't got to steal from me. I'm your sister. Just ask me.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, if I got it, I'm going to give it to you. So just don't do that shit again. Right?
Yeah.
See,
But thank you.
I got a couple of crackheads in my family, so I'm like a little forgiving with certain addictions, and gambling is an addiction as well.
Yeah.
Then I got, you know what I'm saying, $200,000. I mean, they did get $1 million, but you know, I'm still like, thanks for stealing from me. Like, I ain't never, how many times y'all got y'all credit card information swiped and you got that much money back? You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
like, all right,
Yeah.
thank you, bruh. And he going to get help. So,
Yeah.
but after that, it's kind of like I ain't got a grudge, but you know you
And your
get that
man.
muscle memory. Like, all right,
Yeah.
keep my info safe from my brother.
Yeah.
So
Moving
yeah.
forward, I'm
Yeah.
putting my purse up when they come over in the safe.
Yeah. I'm
We
with
gonna
you
name
on
this
that
brother Larry.
Larry?
And your bestie gets into an altercation at the club. You pull her away and say it isn't worth it. She does not calm down and takes a swing at her op. You was too close and the blow knocks your front tooth out and you fall. The ops begin to jump you and she ends up whooping everyone's ass, screaming, "Get off my friend." And keep on this stage.
That's loaded.
Ooh.
Now I've had some fights.
But
in
she
my
whooped
day.
everybody's ass after and said, "Get off my
I
friend."
mean, I didn't have some fight. I'm gonna go on ahead and go to, good time dinner or wherever we gonna go.
Good time
and
dental.
go and get that partial, whatever I got to do to get that fixed.
Get
I'm
the
gonna go ahead
Krishan rock
and get that, get my permanents, get that, porcelain. But
that's cosmetic too, so your
it
insurance
is.
ain't gonna cover it.
That's reaction.
Oh, she gonna pay for it.
Yeah, Fred
now,
gotta pay.
listen, you paying for this too.
Yeah, off the
ma'am.
top.
I don't think I would have a grudge because it was. I feel like that was a situation where it's an honest mistake, even though my friend did. Like I'm telling you, it ain't worth
in the heat of the moment, because
Yeah, because what if she blacked out?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That happens to a lot of people.
We was in the club, and you know how them margaritas be, so
walk inside.
I mean, like I said, I had to fight it too.
Yeah, so we all agree, no grudge?
Yeah, no grudge.
You're going for a promotion at your job. You worked really hard and is the best candidate for your job. Your good friend works there too. She always encourages you and pushes you to be great. She knows how bad you want the promotion or the position. When the conversation of promotion came up, the president tells you they are going in another direction. The next week, your friend calls you to her new office. She has the position and never told you she was going for it. On top of that, you find out that she's the president's side piece. That made me choke a little bit, y'all, okay? She says that she didn't know how to tell you and apologizes. Grudge or budge?
I'm holding a grudge.
That might be a grudge.
That's a lie.
Because you messing with my money.
You knew. Yeah. You knew ahead of time when you was.
And if I'm your friend,
slobbing.
You should have been like, "Girl, I know you want that job."
Yeah, that's what you were doing.
You chewing on that
setting yourself
cob.
up for a good time.
Yeah.
Good time. All the way
And
around.
throwing me under the bus in the process, probably.
Yeah.
So, that's a grudge. And you might get these hands.
That's what you get a dot in the eye.
In the parking lot.
They gonna have
at
to drag
5
me
o'clock.
off premises.
Not 3, but 5.
They
when that
knocking me
clock,
off premises.
when you hit that clock at 5.
Yeah, that's definitely not a friend of mine. So we can all agree that we got a grudge on that one, y'all, right?
Oh, yeah.
Ma'am.
Yes,
for
definitely. Sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so stay tuned. We're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we have psychic medium and spiritual advisor Cortney Kane Sides next up on the show. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Every Woman, where we have special guest, psychic medium and spiritual advisor, Cortney Kane Sides. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hi, my new friends. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, we're excited to have you.
So we are definitely excited to have you on the show. We got to meet up with you earlier in the week, and we had some special readings with Cortney. And so we'll definitely get into that. But we just want to ask you a few questions, like, because you are a psychic medium, you're a spiritual advisor. Girl, you got more titles than Beyonce, okay? Because I see that you do public speaking, and you're an author as well.
Yes.
Okay, so that's pretty dope. So with being a psychic medium, could you explain for the people who don't really know what a psychic medium is? Like, what is that?
Really great question. And typically, most people are very nervous. And I understand that when you hear that somebody is a psychic medium. And for me, we're trying to put language around something that I believe we all have. We all have this gift to connect to our loved ones who have passed. And when that word psychic medium, we all you all know this, we're women's intuition, right? Who's comfortable with saying that, right?
Yes.
I got a lot of that.
Mother's intuition and a connection to that inner gut knowing. When our beautiful men are up to, we know all of those things, right?
Yes.
And so, if we logged down that information at a very young age, or those premonitions or those dreams when we would have them, you would actually see that you too have those same gifts and abilities. I'm telling you, so everybody does. And so the psychic part is that I can feel, I would say seen and unseen energy. And sometimes that can, be an imprint here or there. But the mediumship came when I was very young and with loved ones coming to me in dreams. But I'm a skeptic, and I started to really write those things down when I was young. And because I did that, I was able to log the data with the information that I received.
Okay.
And because it wasn't something that was a norm in my family. I was raised Southern Baptist and in a beautiful Christian home. And my awareness and knowing of spirit and how I connect is something, again, that I think we all do. We just divide ourselves with the language.
So with that, because you said that there should be people around you to help you tap into that. So with those who are dealing with loss, how important is it for them to seek someone like you to help them get the closure that they need?
Such a great question. I don't know that it's that it's always a need to have to seek out. I think if somebody has peace with that person and they feel really solid in knowing that their connection is there and real, and they're allowing their grief to move into not just sadness and pain and hurt or even anger and rage, right? And if they're able to move through those appropriate steps, then that you might not be maybe even needing that, but the healing that can come through a session and the connection and learning that, oh my gosh, this is something that's real. And those dreams that I've been having my whole life with my loved ones coming through, what I believe it does is it helps us understand that there's still relationship to be built once they're gone. And as a girl who both my parents are gone, and my mom died when I was 15, my father when I was 25, and many, many friends in between, for me, there were so many different, opportunities to have those connections fall into place where when it's real, you can't make it up. But you should be a healthy skeptic for sure. Yeah.
What I want to know is the communication visual for you, or do you only hear words?
First of all, you all have amazing questions. Okay, so thank you for that. Yeah. The way I receive comes in so many different forms. So it can be almost as if I'm seeing a movie sometimes, or a quick imprint of almost like a Polaroid image kind of pops in, or an impression of words, or a series of words that come in. Sometimes I feel the loved one. There have been moments that I'm connecting with a person who's having a private session, and there was one in particular that I'll never forget, is that he showed up. It was a grandfather, and he showed up and he was wearing the overalls that he never, ever, that was his uniform essentially. And he showed up in that way, but as soon as he showed up, he was gone. And so I just open up to the different variety of ways that they can come in. Sometimes it's a sign or a symbol. And yes, it can be also audibly hearing them too. So it's many, many different ways.
Wow.
Okay. So, like, when you do hear them, is it a distinctive voice, or is it something faint, or?
Yes, all of the above.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes, all of the. Yeah, it can be a voice, and it can be something that is almost just a knowing, and it feels as though I can hear them, but sometimes it's hard to really understand, did I hear that or did I just know that? And so that's why it feels, I call it an imprint almost, where it can just kind of come through. Gotcha. So it's really interesting. But I will tell you that many people start to make the connection too difficult because they think that they have to know exactly the way it is that they receive the information, when actually if you just breathe and let go, and you all know how many times we were taking breaths in your sessions, that if you just allow yourself to feel, you're going to feel however it is that they come through.
Yeah, because I remember you mentioned the 9.
And I don't know if there was a move at 9 or what. 38, okay. Where's the number 9 come in? He's referencing a number 9, and I almost feel like this was an age.
After that, I went and talked to my family, and that 9th date is actually connected to my brother.
Oh, and
Wow.
I will say that what I love, I've been doing this work for 18, 19 years now, and I am still a healthy skeptic. Every session I conduct still helps me, it helps lead me to the next session of like, man, this is crazy, because I'm still that logical, normal person who just has found confirmation. And I love science, I like fact, I like proof. And I need that as well. And so when those things happen, it's really cool to me, and they are my favorite things in group sessions or private sessions, where something comes through and the person says, I have no idea what that means. And I trust the way I receive, because I've done the work of writing that down, writing that data, collecting my own awareness, and knowing that I put a question mark around it, and I bet I did that on your paper or on the back of your painting, and I circle it. And so I know that whenever it falls into place, it's going to fall into place just at the right time. And apparently yours was that night. So thank you for sharing. Yeah,
So
it's really cool.
It seems as though you do a lot of this, right? This is what you do. And oftentimes maybe do it multiple times a day. With that, you doing it so much, how does this affect you mentally, and then how does it affect your energy?
Solid questions. Thank you, ladies. That's a very important question, actually. I believe that as much peopling as I do with my in-person sessions, or I do, Zoom sessions, virtual sessions, and speaking, or what have you, I need equal downtime to recoup and heal and acquire my own healing, if you will. And so I believe a good person who does this kind of work really has to be in their own process as well. And so I too have had a lot of loss in my life. And so when I'm not working. I'm definitely in my own protective bubble, processing my own hurts and pains, and healing my own life's things, right?
Courtney got to take care of Courtney.
Yeah, and so I think if we're ignoring that, we cannot help others in the way that we really long to. And so, that's a really great way of putting it.
Yeah,
Wow.
definitely.
Okay, so for me, I just wanted to know, it seems like some of the things that come in, they might be jumbled or kind of shorthand. So can you give us an example? You can use me, because I am open with this. You can talk about me or you want to. You can use this. So can you give us an example of what is said to you and how the message may be relayed or how it comes across?
So I want to share, and very often when a session comes through, it's like in one ear and out the other is how I describe it. And so I don't always remember like each person's individual sessions, but there are some sessions where it's like, oh my gosh. And I did just have one a couple of days ago, and it was probably the day that I came here to do all of your private sessions. And this particular client, like most of mine, had never done this before, has never had an experience with somebody like myself, but was open and trepidatious too, which is understandable. And we started to connect to her mother. And in her session, I paint as I receive information, which is cool. And so I feel so much that I feel in color, and I get imprints and symbols from our guides and angels and those loved ones. And in her particular painting, the color had meaning. It was red and it was love. Her mother was coming through. And as I did the swoop within that painting, as I did it, I noticed my finger caught a moment, and it developed kind of this exact, almost a V shape. And as soon as I did that, it bounced back out to me, and I was like, interesting. So I'm noticing, and as she's sitting there, I'm having my inner dialogue with my guides and angels and her mother on the other side. And I said, her mom said she has my name. And so I said, you have her name? And she's like, and I said, and then as soon as I said that, her mom said tattoo. And I said, she's saying you have her name, but she just said tattoo. And I said, can I ask, and I'm looking at the painting, I'm pointing to where this stop was. And I said, where's the tattoo? And as soon as I touched my arm, she said, it's on my arm. And so it's just really cool. And so I also, when that happens, I'm like, this is crazy.
You surprised yourself too.
Well, yeah, because it really tells the little girl in me that, Cortney, your mom is with you. Your dad is with you. And every time we can help another person connect and know that that relationship doesn't end when they pass, to me, I don't know what's more special in life. And so I do love this work. And I think that we do have to be, maybe careful on who we go to, but going and working off of a referral for me and my heart is always really important. So I would want to make sure that the person was always in the process of their own healing, and that you can also see that they're, we make smart choices, or we're always trying to grow as people. But and that's how you all found me, was a referral, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I can relate to that a little bit, because in my session, my daughter actually sat in because she wanted to. It was her birthday, mind you, and she kind of wanted to just sit in and talk. And when we were talking, like, her grandparents on her father's side were the ones that come through. She had never met her grandmother, and immediately, like, when she came up, like, my daughter started crying. She's emotional anyway, but she started crying. But then there was one thing you mentioned about the necklace.
But he's referencing that necklace that you're wearing. So I don't know what the necklace means to you, but he's referencing, watch that. Got it? Do you have questions?
And the necklace that she had on was actually the necklace her grandfather gave her.
Oh, wow.
So...
Oh, I just got chills. So notice that. So we, as we're sitting here having conversation, when somebody raise your hand if you guys have had that. I know you have. When somebody says something and you're like, ooh, you get people say the God bumps or whatever. That's spirit. So when I notice that, I just take a good deep breath in, and I always say thank you for the awareness that is mine, and because that's a direct communication constantly. And so another thing I'd love to say is that your daughter did the right thing too that day. And if I remember, you might have gotten a little emotional too, not to call you out, but those tears, that's what is healing. And so almost every one of my client cries, and that we are literally healing information right in the moment. I'm not a tarot reader. I'm not a palm reader. There's true healing and something very transformative when we connect and especially ignite that breath.
Yeah.
I believe it heals the moment here with us. It heals, the next times that we're moving forward in this life and beyond, and then also that ancestry tree. So it's very cool.
I definitely agree with that, because after, like, you didn't know, but I came straight from my aunt's memorial.
I did.
Yeah, and when you brought her up, and then my brother came through.
Immediately, by the way. You sat down, and it was Aunt that came through immediately, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. When I left here, I went straight to my family and linked back with them, and I told them, like, I just seen a psychic. And I told them everything except for what you told me not to tell them. I'm good at keeping secrets.
And that was because we didn't. It was beautiful information, but we wanted you to be a skeptic about it because you didn't understand it. So we don't want other people to hear it and then try to
make it happen.
Try to do it for you. Yeah, we
exactly.
want to have a healthy connection with it.
Exactly. Yeah. It made them feel better though. Like I let them know, like, Auntie is dancing, and then I had to tell them the joke, like, my brother's laughing. He like, they gave me wings, and everybody knows my brother personality in the family is kind of like mine. And they all laughed. It was someone's like, oh my God, I want to hear it, but they were happy. And there's a lot of people asking for your information now.
So for people or groups who may have this gift inside of them, who don't really know how to tap into it, or they're a little confused or scared to even try to figure it out, is there somebody that they could potentially talk to kind of help them or guide?
That's a good question.
Guide them to bring it out of them.
I do offer development classes.
Wow,
I've been doing that for so long, and there's level 1, level 2, and then a membership for Beyond that's actually being created now. And what is really cool,
my brain is moving.
I know, right?
Look, it is always going, and I'm sitting up here thinking about sensory, audio. That was exactly where I was about to go. So
start writing your stuff down, and not obsessively journaling it, just being like, and being a skeptic, very logical and grounded about it. I always believe is really cool, because when it does end up falling into place, I mean, you can't make that stuff up when you're coming from a place of knowing. And so, so I do teach development classes, and it's one of my most favorite things to do is to be able to see somebody understand that they have always been connected, and they have just not taught to raise in vibration, raise in their own healing, which the healing part goes hand in hand with how far we really do want to go. But it is possible for all of us. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Awesome. So you have a retreat coming up. Can you tell us about that?
This retreat, it's at the beautiful Montage in Sonoma, California, August 11th through August 14th. And it is going to be like something that I have not put on before. And it is a beautiful weekend where like-minded people are coming together in such, again, I cannot tell you how beautiful and sacred this place is. And we're coming together, we're doing gong baths. We're having, I have a licensed acupuncture who is also going to be offering Qigong. And then, all of that.
The first time I seen acupuncture was on Nutty Professor.
Well, come to California and we'll show it to you again.
Okay.
It's beautiful. And I'll be offering a beautiful group session. We've already gone and picked out the spots where this is going to be. Wow. But there's beautiful private dinner. So we'll be talking about, healing and connection with spirit, connection with our loved ones, and just really kind of advancing beyond our awareness. So it's meant to bring people together in a beautiful group experience of like-minded people.
Awesome. I like that. I like that. Awesome. So if there's any way that people would like to get in contact with you, whether it's regarding to get a reading done, have you come speak, or to join the retreat, how can they contact you?
You can contact me at CourtneyKaneSides.com, and also on my handles on Facebook business page or the Instagram page, which is Cortney Kane Sides Medium.
Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. We definitely appreciate having you here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And we're going to take this time to view our sessions that we had with Cortney. But make sure you come back Wednesday, because it's Every Woman Wednesday. Same place, same time, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, here on Every Woman.
Hi friends, this is Cortney Kane Sides. I am a psychic medium and energetic artist, and you are going to be seeing me in action, connecting to your host on Every Woman, connecting to their guides and angels and their loved ones on the other side, conducting beautiful, intimate sessions for each one of them. You're going to see emotion, tears, and lots of signs and symbols come through while I paint the energy that comes through from those guides and angels and loved ones on the other side. This is a very beautiful spiritual moment. You're going to see that validation that comes through and such care and love with each session. I hope you enjoy it. Big exhale out. Let's call on those guides and angels. So guides and angels on our right, guides and angels on our left, guides and angels in front, guides and angels in back to balance and harmonize our session. Leave us in the light and allow nothing but the highest, the truest, or the best to manifest upon us now. Go ahead and take a good deep breath in. Big exhale out. Okay, so thank you. No. There's somebody from that side of the family who's referencing the child's name that was handed down.
Oh, yes. It might be on my husband's side of the family.
Okay.
My oldest son's got his grandfather's middle name.
This energy, it's okay, so I'm feeling like aunt energy coming through for you. Is there an aunt on the other side that you're hoping was going to be coming through today? And is this your mom's aunt? Okay. Or your mom's sister. Yes, your mom's sister. I'm sorry, your aunt, your mom's sister, correct? You light candles.
I do.
And it feels like they understand that those candles are for them. You understand? When I say that, it makes me feel emotional. And I think that you're also one that is okay with showing emotion, but sometimes I feel like you're like a free flower child with this kind of energy, but there's a part of you that you understand it. On my drive over here, I kept hearing the word like like Lois or Lewis, and it was like Louis, Louise. It could be anything like that. Are you connected with that name?
Well, my grandmother's name was Lucille.
Lucille.
And my mother's middle name was Louise.
Are both on the other side? Yeah. I'm telling you, on the way here, they knew that you were going to be here, something that you're making. What is this?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I didn't tell people, like, it's no way, because I know I put a lot of stuff on the internet, but it's no way you could have known about that. Like, I wanted to make.
Breathe in the awareness of the truth of that. We do not hide the truth. We know that, and we sit in that worthiness and that authentic truth of that. Yep, breath in. On the pause of it, thank you, thank you, thank you for the awareness of that. That is mine. Thank you to that energy for being a teacher on my path. And I'm asking nothing but the highest, the truest, or the best to manifest upon me now. And when you exhale that energy out, the universe will provide you new ways to see a difference in that energy. But they're showing me you in meditation pose, you connecting, but they're saying that there is that mystic within you is actually an ancestry kind of connection. So I don't know that your mother was necessarily one that would talk about it, but it feels like that intuitive connection is one that runs down the family line. Would you say yes?
Yes.
Okay. Would you say you're empathic? Do you feel the energy of other people?
Absolutely.
Do you feel like you've seen colors and you've always kind of loved in color? Does that make sense? I just got, chills as I just said that. And are you artistic? Does that come out through like artistic expression?
I used to sing.
Okay.
When I get into a vibe, I can be very creative, but just life from day to day may keep me from doing that.
You have processed a lot in your life. You have healed through a lot of different experiences. Does that make sense? And it does feel like you are no longer and can no longer tolerate nonsense. Does that make sense to you?
Very